I am here at Church Square because this year, 2026, marks 125 years of public transport here in Brighton.
From buses to trains and trams to the Volks.
This is 125 years of public transport here at Lewes Road Garage.
It's the 25th of July 2026 and today there is a depot open day here at Lewes Road Depot to celebrate its 125th anniversary.
Behind me here is Lewes Road Garage. This is where the city's heart really lies, and it has done for the past 125 years. This is where it's been run from as well, and it's an absolute hype of activity. And the day has begun, so in voiceover, let me explain what's going on.
Today we'll see a wide range of buses from Brighton Hove buses history, back to when it was London country and also back to when the depot first opened. We'll also be having an interview with Carl English, who's one of the organisers of the event and now operations manager at Conway Street Depot in Hove. He was also the previous assistant operations manager here at Lewes Road Garage. We'll also be going for a ride on one of the heritage buses and one of the new ones to Stanmer Park and back towards the seafront. But first, let's ask people about their memories of Brighton buses.
I have some fond memories of Brighton Hove, mostly up at Southwick. So I used to live in Brighton for a tiny bit, and I used to see the 46 bus all the time, which sort of made me sit there and think I could do bus spotting. So bus spotting and the memories have sort of fixed into one.
I've worked for this company for 24 years, so it goes back quite a long way, and interestingly, none of the buses that are on the road now are any buses that I actually drove. The most recent one I've driven is one of these, which was kind of weird. Kind of felt like you were floating on air, very, very strange, very quiet. And I go back to driving buses in London, which were like called OPOs, so one-person operated buses. So rather than having a conductor on board, it was the first time that we had just one person driving it, and we took the money as well. So that was kind of an interesting thing. When I came to Brighton and Hove, it was a bit of a change of pace for me, having been a London bus driver.
So we have a Metro bus, I forget what kind of bus it is behind me. Now, obviously, as many may or not know, Brighton and Hove and Metro Bus are part of the same company, Go Ahead London, or Brighton Hove Bus and Coach Company. Now, with that, obviously, Metro Bus is here. They've brought a street deck, as we've seen earlier. With that, yes, we're seeing sort of history of both. We've got an old one here and a street deck just behind me over there. So yes, like I say, a bit of both worlds, and what more could you want? So yes, behind me here is one of Metro Bus's street decks. Now this, again, isn't from here. This is from Crawley. This runs on routes to Sutton, Epsom, Caterham and other destinations. These are funded by Surrey County Council, and they brought one down here today to more represent the history and obviously the improving future that Brighton is bringing, and Metrobus, of course, to the local area. So let's first of all ask, have you seen Lewes Road change in the time you've been here?
So I've been at Lewes, well, I started with the company 19 years ago, and I came to the training department here. It was fairly new at the time because we'd just taken over the Stagecoach acquisition, so we were going to start running 28s and 29s, and then out to Eastbourne. We did it before, but we took over the whole operations. So I've seen it grow quite a lot. The depot wasn't built for this many people when it started, but you know, we're growing, we're expanding, and that's great.
What's your favourite memory of Lewes Road Depot generally?
Lewes Road Depot is like a family, if I'm honest. I came back here after 15 years away as the assistant operations manager, and was based here for 3.5 years after that. I've recently gone to Conway Street. But it always felt like a family. Everyone wants to talk to you about everything, so although it is work, we do have a job to do. It's the drivers, the communities, we all come together, and it just feels like home rather than work.
What's your role, in a sense, that you actually do at Brighton?
So yeah, I've done many things. I started as a bus driver 19 years ago at Conway Street. I have become the bus stop guy. I don't know if you know David Grimstone. When he got his job, I covered his holidays and things like that, and used to work with him when we changed the bus stop flags that you know about. Each time they changed, I went out and worked with him. The timetable changes, I went out and worked with him. Then I got a job in the control room, so I got to see how everything runs on the road and control that. Then I ran that department for a while, and then I came back to Lewes Road, or came to Lewes Road about probably 4 years ago now, and became their assistant operations manager. So I was in charge of the day-to-day run out of the garage, the driver welfare, driver numbers, making sure your bus turned up where it was supposed to, that sort of thing. Yeah, and then recently at the beginning of the year I moved to Conway Street as their operations manager. But I've stayed involved with this because I started this project, so I've carried it on.
So I'm now on the bus that's going to take me down to the Volt Electric Railway. Now we have just been given, tries to get us out, these. Now this is, well, giving us 25% off a ticket on the Volks, which I may or may not do, but well, off we go. And yes, so this is just to more celebrate the event, and off we go. So I'm now on the electric at the Volks Railway. Now, with that, obviously the Volks Railway was the first electric railway in the world. If it wasn't for it, wouldn't have the electric trains we have today, or maybe we would, just at a later stage. So yes, if it wasn't for Magnus Volk, well, we wouldn't have, again, what we have today to this level. So yes, we're taking this up to Stanmer Park now, which is, I think, one of the few National Trust sites here in Brighton and the surrounding areas. The others being Devil's Dyke, Ditchling, and want to stay Setting Bulb. I'm probably awfully wrong with that. But yes, off we go to Stanmer Park. So down there is the Brighton race course, which is, many people know, where they race horses. Now with that, yeah, we're going back up to Stanmer Park now, and yes, this is a genuinely nice ride. I wish Brighton did this more. Brighton, I know you're watching, hello. Please do make electric buses go down here. This is beautiful. Stanmer Park. This is normally served by Route 78. Obviously, special event. This must be the most frequent there's ever been a service here. Anyway, back to Lewes Road we go, then back into the depot.
Hello, my name's Guy Hall. I'm the chairman of the Brighton Tram 53 Society. We are restoring two of the original Brighton Tram cars, 53 and number 1, back to running order, and we want to run them in Stanmer Park in Brighton. Tram 53 has almost had the bottom half completed. We need to get a new truck for it and some of the electrics. Tram 1 is yet to be done, but at the moment we're speaking to the council about moving the trams to Stanmer to finish them and eventually run them in the park.
So, as we probably all know, buses have to go through some kind of washing process. So here at Lewes Road, they have got, well, a bus ride and wash. So without further ado, let's go through it and, well, go for a bus wash.
And that was my day coming to a close here at Lewes Road Garage. But let's finish off by asking what everyone who we saw today thinks of Brighton Hove buses.
Very good company.
Always felt like a family.
Like really nice memories.
And I remember the original cream and red buses taking me to school and places like that in the 60s.
Lewes Road Depot has been the beating heart of Brighton for over 125 years, and they couldn't have done a better job at what they've done today at this amazing event. So for everyone that made today possible, I'd like to say thank you.